Welcome back to Crypto Front. This is the front line where we are fighting together side by side for financial freedom. Let's go ahead and take another quick look here at ZEBEC, because as you can see that our support is holding very much strongly. This is what we were talking about in the last video, saying that the level between 0.0037 and 0.0034 for ZEBEC was a strong support. It's really nice to see the price reacting there like magic, of course, but it is exactly what we've been anticipating. You can also see one of the posts that I made. I think it was in the last 2 days or something like that, that look, our support level 0.0037 and 0.0034 here, then we're going to be shooting towards 2.5 cents, and my fingers are still very much crossed that we're going to be doing exactly that. So in today's video, let me just go ahead and update you on what has happened and the latest data on the chart here, including indicators and all that great stuff. But before we go any further, I want to kindly ask you to help me spread the video by delicately tapping the like button. It's going to be a short one, but of course the YouTube algorithm probably doesn't favor short videos, but I want to just go straight to the point and give you the information that you need in a moment like this one. So without me further running my mouth too much, let me just jump back into the video. But of course, if you're new to the channel and if you want to be seeing much more of this content again and again, please subscribe and make sure that you have got the notifications turned on so that you see whenever I drop a new update. So let's go here on the daily time frame. I think I've already talked about that our support was in this band here between 0.0037 and 0.0034, and right on the dot we were bouncing there with ZEBEC, and today we are up as high as 12%. So that's really great. But of course, there is one big indicator that has flashed time and again when ZEBEC is about to do something special, and these are the Bollinger Bands. I mean, very much simple, but if you just take a look at how consistent they have been for ZEBEC here, it's really amazing. So I mean, the last rally that we were seeing ZEBEC do, which was resulting something like a 150% pump, was when the price was actually looking like it's being kind of supported by the lower range of that Bollinger Bands, and then all of a sudden, boom, it really starts pumping towards the upside once again. I think it was almost the same thing here right at the bottom, that this thing kind of acts as a support for a short space of time, and then it really pushes the price once again towards the upside, and that's exactly what you see in a moment like this one too. So we've also seen that these Bollinger Bands had tightened a little bit here, and that means that you're anticipating a move. They expanded a little bit towards the downside, but as I said, this has been the case that it happens right before a big pump quickly shows up right there. So I think it's also okay, at least for me in my mind. I'm already anticipating that ZEBEC is going to be pumping anytime soon right there. Maybe this indicator is not enough for a lot of people, but one other thing that has been very much reliable for ZEBEC is the RSI, right? So remember, even at the lows, we were looking at the RSI here and saying that, look, historically, this is when ZEBEC has kind of found support on the daily time frame, and I think this time is also not very different, just like it was back here or back here or back here, that this is some kind of a footing here for ZEBEC. I mean, I talked about it in the last video as well, saying that we don't need to necessarily get to -30 because we are still in a bull cycle. So around that 34, 35, I think is also pretty much good. So this is one indicator that I have in the bag saying that, okay, this is pretty much good here for ZEBEC. But one thing that we have also been talking about time and again in the context of like how high we can go with this bull run is the bull run that Stellar Lumens had back in 2018 or something like that. And I mean, structurally speaking, I don't know how many videos I've done again and again explaining that ZEBEC is pretty much repeating the same thing. So if we're going to be operating on the time schedule that XLM did back in 2017, I think we're very much close. And it may actually mean that the bottom is in here for ZEBEC. No further downward price action. From now, we're going to be looking to go and complete the last and the final biggest rally that we've ever seen here on the ZEBEC price. So very much excited on what is about to happen here. And the reason why I'm actually very much excited is also because everything is just falling in line. I just talked about those Bollinger Bands. I talked about the RSI. I talked about the Stellar Lumens price being exactly what ZEBEC is doing at this point. But that's not even maybe the whole story here, because remember, we also take a look at how this thing is panning out in the view or the lens of like Elliott wave count, right? So usually we want to be taking a look from the very bottom here, or a baseline, which is wave 1 here. This is wave 2. This is your wave 3. and I've been saying that this is wave 4 and we're looking to complete here the 5th wave. Now, it may not be as simple as the other waves. I get that really 100%, but still the idea here is that within, you know, the 5th wave, you can also have wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5, right? So we're having minor waves inside of the major wave that we have here as 5th wave. So my thesis up until this point has just been that we are working on wave 2, and I would think that I mean, it's complete at this point, and we're going to be looking for this expansion here in terms of wave 4. I mean, wave 3, then slight pullback, maybe going for the final, the big one, right? The 5th wave, and we complete probably this bull cycle. So what are the price targets that we are looking at? And I want to say that conservatively speaking, something like 2.5 cents is a very good price target for me. But remember, we're also looking at the stellar lumens chart, and after having the same structure with ZEBEC at this point, it managed a 121x. I mean, in these current market conditions, a 100x from here for ZEBEC is a little bit too much of, I mean, to ask, I would guess. But the point I'm trying to make here is that almost it's like the sky is the limit for ZEBEC at this point. But I mean, at the end of the day, we have to take some profits, right? So I think 2.5 cents is a very good area for me to start taking profits. But according to what Stellar Lumens was also doing, I think maybe we can make a video rehashing some of the things that we've been talking about. But it ended up you know, with price targets as high as like 5 cents for ZEBEC, as well as 10 cents for ZEBEC right there. So maybe we can focus that, I mean, on that much more on a different day altogether. But for now, I think my message is saying that the support that we were looking for ZEBEC here has held pretty much strongly. And we also have got two of like the most reliable indicators here on ZEBEC. Number one being the RSI, and of course we also have got the Bollinger Bands here indicating that the bottom is in. And with that being said, I want to thank you so much for watching the video. If you could, please delicately tap the like button, share the video with your friends and family, and I will see you on the next one. Take really, really good care of yourselves. Bye-bye.